Test 3. This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to part 1. Part 1. You will hear a woman phoning a travel agency about hot air balloon rides. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good morning, Smart Travel. Jason speaking.
Hi, good morning. I saw your advert in today's paper about hot air balloon trips. It sounds pretty exciting, and I wonder how much it costs.
Well, the price may vary depending on the location, number of participants, and add-ons. A single ride may cost you up to £280 per person, but if you choose group booking, there is a discount, and the cheapest flight is £125 each for a group booking of at least 10 people.
Oh, that's not too bad. What do you mean by add-ons?
They are optional items like taking photos for you during the ride, champagne, and sit-down breakfast after the flight. Upon completing the trip, we will provide each participant with a certificate, and that is entirely free of charge.
Can I book a ride over the phone?
Yes, that's an option. Reservations can be made 1 year ahead of your trip by telephone, but to pick a specific date, you must book online. A confirmation email will be sent to you right afterwards.
How high can the balloons go?
A hot air balloon's height is limited by the temperature of the air and how much fuel it can carry, and the highest altitude ever recorded for a ride is 1,800 meters, but most rides stay below 300 meters.
Oh boy, that's impressive. How long is a single ride?
The average hot air balloon ride lasts about an hour. The entire ballooning experience, which includes ground preparation, flight and post-flight packing up and celebration, may take 2 to 3 hours.
And what time are the flights?
Our flights generally meet about an hour before sunrise on the day. You will be notified of the exact meeting time the evening before your flight. Night flights are avoided due to weather conditions.
Fair enough. Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10. Which month do you recommend for a hot air balloon trip?
Autumn is the best time of year to take the trip. Not only can you see the changing hues of the trees from above, but it is a great way to spend time with the whole family before it gets too cold.
I see.
But please note that our flight may be cancelled and you will be notified by phone the day before.
Why is that?
It can be quite dangerous to fly under bad weather conditions, like a thunderstorm. So our experienced pilots will not go under such conditions.
What should I wear for the ride?
We suggest wearing comfortable clothing, like a jacket.
Multiple layers are always better.
Wearing a helmet for safety concerns is also a good idea. Sandals are not permitted.
Can children or older people participate?
All children must be above the minimum age of 9 years old, and they have to be accompanied by at least a parent or guardian. However, an adult has no age limit as long as they meet the health requirements.
What exactly are the health requirements?
Participants must at least be in fair physical condition. For example, they shall have no significant knee, hip, or back problems and no recent surgeries or broken bones. They must also stand unassisted for an hour during the flight. It is the required position during the whole flight. As the balloon comes to land, all passengers will need to adopt the landing position with knees bent in front of them.
Are those rides safe?
Hot air balloon companies are required to have a commercial balloon pilot license, and all our pilots go through rigorous training before they are allowed to fly. It is a relatively gentle activity. However, the impact of a balloon landing can vary drastically depending on factors like wind speed. Sometimes it is similar to the momentum of jumping off a small chair. If you cannot jump off a small chair, speaking to your doctor before booking a balloon flight is best.
Thank you very much. I think that's all I need to know.
Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
That is the end of part 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers to part 1.